right, Musketeers. All right. Let's find out what this season 3, is all about. The last episode was quite a table-setting episode. It doesn't seem like we'll be sticking at the front of the battlefield, at the front of the war with Spain. Going forward, the Musketeers are back in Paris. So at this stage, I don't have a firm sense of what the main thrust of this season is, and what this Ferron might get up to. Ferron, who, when I was looking again at the last episode and that scene with Anne and Ferron having a chat, I missed the fact that it seems like, Ferron is family. King Louis's family, right? Half brother, I believe. Same father, different mother. Hopefully I've got that right. Brothers all round. Maybe this season's just about brothers. Either way, let's dive in.
The garrison needs to eat.
Why exactly do we need a cadet guard to bring in provisions?
You've been away from Paris a long time.
Right, things have changed in 4 years. It's been a while since we saw them practice. Is Aramis a bit out of practice?
You need to hit so hard.
What do you think they're heading out there?
Seems a bit 2v1.
The Duke of Beaufort. His lands feed most of Paris.
Duke of Beaufort.
Let me through.
What is he up to now? Already got his knife around someone.
The harvest you sweated and suffered for all summer. It's gone.
What? Clearly something has just occurred.
The granary keeper is dead.
Who would do such a thing?
They're refugees!
Classic. Looks like we might need you here, D'Artagnan. I love the way he assesses the situation.
Cadets, to attention, stand guard!
The Musketeers are just so practiced and wise in conflict, aren't they? All forms of conflict. Diplomatic, physical. Constance whacking someone.
Arm yourself, Pierre. Go!
This is an incredible set. It's huge. The camera's flying through huge swathes of it, and with a lot of extras.
I'm not staying here to get slaughtered.
You desert us now.
Our grain is there!
Whoa, that's a lot of swords. What's this guy thinking?
Captain, it's D'Artagnan. There's a riot in Saint Antoine.
For a moment there, when that cadet was arriving, I thought, where is Treville? I forgot again that Athos is captain. I like it. It's fun how they change the credits between the seasons.
Why did he murder my grainkeeper?
We have made your grain disappear.
If the king will pay the price we demand...
Price you demand, in fact.
We should settle with him now and end this squalid enterprise.
We wait. Price is bound to go up.
Gonna starve them till they're desperate enough to pay
The king will double your money.
double.
Sell your debts for good.
Trust Grimaud. He may not be a gentleman, but he has a talent for making money. Huh?
It's Grimaud. I should be able to remember that. Grim guy, Grimaud. Is that the Red Guard?
Disperse!
He's a bit fancy.
Stand back!
Studs on the uniform.
Arrest them!
You can't do that.
You again. You're becoming a nuisance.
So this is the husband. You have married a world of trouble there, Musketeer. You should keep her on a leash.
On a leash.
Arrest him for a fray.
Don't you just leave. D'Artagnan.
Leave her. I'll go quietly. Leave her.
Proper wildcat, aren't you? Let's not waste any time.
Shut up.
Break down the gates.
This is fun, this dynamic, though, that the Musketeers have been away, and both they don't know some of the situation here, and a lot of people around who think they're big shots don't know the Musketeers, our Musketeers. That's fun. Ow. Double ow. Oh, quadruple ow.
Say she's loose. You'll condemn us all. Burn them!
You don't have the authority to make these arrests.
On the contrary, madame. They have my authority.
He leers, doesn't he? He's a leerer.
They've arrested D'Artagnan with the others. How can you hide 1,000 sacks of grain in here?
Why don't we take a look?
I'm sure we'll get a confession before they are hanged in the morning. We always do.
This is Paris. They're entitled to a fair trial.
Being in Paris does not make one a Parisian. Or would you grant that status to the sewer rats?
Some rats have high enough status.
I'm ruined.
Got him.
How could this have happened? Where were the Red Guard?
Breaking up the ensuing riot. The obvious solution is to import a new consignment, Majesty.
What do you say, Trevor?
The people expect their quarterly supply.
But of course, the king cannot let his people suffer. Treville is quite right. I myself know someone, a financier, who has contacts in the Low Countries and in England, Your Majesty. He may be able to help us.
Very well. I will meet the costs this once.
This is rich.
In the meantime, what about me? I've lost everything.
Don't be tiresome, Beaufort. We will compensate you too. Within reason.
So Richard Ferron orchestrating this plan to steal the town's food and then charge the king more for it. Right under his nose. Can't wait for him to get caught for this one.
I'm not the only one with powerful friends.
Yeah, Ferron has a lot of friends here. This guy, Grimaud. I'll call him Grimaud.
Enjoy your last night on Earth. You will hang in the morning.
D'Artagnan's been in worse spots. He's got that confidence here. Well, you know, not heaps worse than hanging in the morning. That's pretty bad.
Where are you going to hide 1,000 sacks of grain here? It's not possible, she's right.
Doesn't prove they didn't take it.
You honestly think these people could have organised that?
We continue the search. Maybe the only way to clear their names.
It's true. Do a thorough search. No grain here. Find the grain somehow. So what are these documents that she's got? Bad news if they're found, that old man said. Uh-oh. Which they might be. Hopefully by him. Her name was Sylvie.
Are you without secrets, Captain?
This is more than secrets. Calling for the king's head is open sedition.
That has nothing to do with Beaufort's accusations against us.
Who taught you how to handle that?
I taught myself.
Then you are not a bad student. Merely a poor tutor. At this range, the bullet will pass
That's
clean
funny
through
as
me.
an anti-king sort of movement they've got here. But of course, not everyone against the king is
Those are
bad
my
or
father's
evil.
words. His life's work.
This is treason.
Potentially with good reason.
Rebels.
Ordinary men and women with many of the grievances you hear today. No food, shelter. Their only crime was to petition King Henry for fairness. Henry ignored their pleas. Their anger grew with their suffering, and this symbol of protest appeared everywhere. Then he answered, emphatically.
Yes. Gosh.
Destroy this, and any others. Ferron will try to influence Magistrate Bellefoy. Look to use anything against his prisoners.
D'Artagnan is still one of them.
He will be released in the morning. The refugees may or may not be guilty, Athos, but I won't have them slaughtered on Beaufort's whim.
That sounds good, Treville, but is it as easy as you say? Ferron seems confident. But I guess this could all just be a bluff. They don't intend to actually kill all these people. They need to make these big, bold moves. Partially to distract everyone from what they're really doing with the grain, right?
My kind fights the war to maintain your freedom.
Do you think a Spanish king would be worse than this French one?
It's treason.
Oh, perhaps. I've lived in the shadow of the noose a long time. I'm used to it. But these poor people.
Poor people.
You preach rebellion.
Is it rebellion to fight against unfairness whenever you see it? Perhaps we're not so very different after all.
I appreciate these episodes where we see more of like the common folk. It strengthens, concretizes our sense of this world, this society. I also love whenever we're truly on the side of the underdog. I feel more comfortable in the underdog position than the opposite. It's like why I prefer Robin Hood to Merlin.
I can provide substantial evidence at your honor's convenience.
You have proof that 1,000 sacks of grain have been secreted around the settlement. It's not possible.
These refugees are resourceful, Treville.
Pending the production of the governor's evidence,
Executions will be set at noon tomorrow.
See, not that easy, Treville. Eesh. And this guy's just going where the wind blows.
You can find evidence, I presume.
He can make it up, I'm sure. But his overconfidence will be his downfall.
Captain, what's this? We have to make it look real. Be convincing.
Interrogation. Orders of the governor.
Don't break him. He'll condemn us all.
Try to stay calm. Look at me. Try to stay calm. We'll fight this. We'll fight this.
The pamphlet is old, the ink is faded. Some would consider the ideas dangerous.
My father would say they're only dangerous because they still matter.
Oh, there is ideas. Well, he incited people.
Inspired them.
To revolt.
To fight for change, for a better life.
You know what she's saying, Porthos.
Would you really leave Paris as it is?
Madame d'Artagnan! Madame d'Artagnan!
We used to knock.
Sorry, Captain.
All this Madame d'Artagnan stuff is great, and I love how loyal the cadets are to Constance. It's pretty cool.
On the way back, we came across him. Good work.
You wretched bunch of rodents. Money first.
We should have a little talk with the trader. He could benefit from our special brand of tact and diplomacy.
It's been a while. Oh, I'm ever so sorry about this. Is that my friend here?
Good cop, bad cop.
This is one of the sacks stolen from the Duke of Beaufort's store, you see. You're looking at a charge of treason.
I never saw the man before. He was selling off the wagon behind the market square.
He's lying! Aramis! No more breaking legs.
I never knew it was crooked.
Maybe just an arm, huh?
Last chance. The wagon. It was branded with the sign of the star. That's all I know. I swear, on my bones.
That's fun. I thought the good cop, bad cop was going to be the other way around there, but that was fun. Porthos telling Aramis to calm down. This is a fun little riff in the music. Single instrument. Very dexterous violin or whatever it is. I may have missed something just there because I was distracted by the soundtrack.
Inside of Paris. I'm on it.
Oh, okay, they've worked out where the grain has probably gone because they know their quarries.
Are you absolutely sure we can trust this financier, Grimaud?
Our Grimaud.
The story goes that he's the son of an army whore and that he only eats raw flesh.
I am quite sure he prefers the taste of well-cooked meat.
I don't like him.
But he's going to make us both a great deal of money. We should follow the example of nature. Even perfection has savage associations.
Certainly it does, which is why perfection's not all they say, you know?
They've taken Leon away. And then they have what they want. You bet.
They're thinking we're all going to die. That was the peaceful way to go. Nasty little situation we've got here. I find some of these episodes where we know from the off who the villains are, who's behind the terrible situation we're seeing. I find some of these ones more painful because I'm just like, come on, can we get them already? Whereas the mysteries, I don't know who to blame yet, so I think I'm a bit more patient.
Leon! Hurt. What are you doing?
Bit unnecessary, no? Planting the sacks.
I have always admired your practical nature, but you must remember his lordship is a favorite of the king's.
He needs what only I can give him. You take too much.
You don't know the pain I'm in.
I know pain. Better to suffer than to lose judgment.
Have you never wondered what it might be like to let that invulnerable guard of yours down for just one moment? Feel that sensation of pure euphoria.
Two sides of the coin here.
All that suffering just...
Suffering is what makes us stronger.
There's always been something of the Old Testament about you, Grimaud.
Your work is not yet done.
It is in hand. And if it is to be completed to the satisfaction of all concerned, I suggest you let me take my medicine.
These two not quite as happy as I thought. At each other's throats, quite literally.
Your letter to the front said nothing of this. Red Guards killing who they please, cowards like Marchot deciding a man's fate. This is not what I fought for.
And what did you fight for?
We're freeing those people in there.
Of course we are. Do you think we've been out here doing nothing? Huh?
Came out of there a bit hot, but cooled quickly.
And this Marchot, he's bothered you before?
Marchot doesn't scare me.
That's not what I asked.
Treville brought you back to fight a different kind of war. The danger facing Paris is the very man who should be its protector. It's Ferron.
You should get out while you still can.
Since you're so keen to remove anything incriminating, perhaps you should tear the whole place down for us.
Well, let's start with the stolen medical supplies.
Athos. These were not here yesterday.
Someone wants you to hang.
Everyone wants us to hang.
Not everybody.
Bit of trust forming here.
What's happened?
That woman. Clementine, that's right.
Blade under the ribs. This is the work of a soldier.
Here they come.
Surprise!
To find those bags.
They mustn't find these.
Now we've got Musketeers trying to hide these bloody bags. And he's fighting with these bags. Got his ankles.
Let's get out of here.
Without these, Ferron will have no proof when he goes before the magistrate.
There is Leon. The Red Guard may have beaten him into a false confession.
Well, then we must find him before they hang the refugees on it. Where's Porthos?
Following a hunch.
Following a hunch.
It's a good one.
No doubt.
Robert.
He died during the night. Were you close?
He's my father.
I'm sorry.
I will not proceed without proof of the prisoner's guilt.
Proof may yet present itself.
The Musketeers found these inside the settlements. Then the prisoners are guilty? No. The sacks were put there after their arrest, Your Honor.
They're going to believe this?
I doubt they would murder one of their own. Murder, Treville? A woman of the settlement named Clementine. Then perhaps the prisoners are innocent and the real thieves are still at large.
Good judge.
Without doubt.
Further evidence against the prisoners may still come to light.
Until it does, there will be no executions.
Thank you. Bit of common sense. We don't have to execute anyone today. We can just wait. Know that they're guilty and then enjoy executing them. It's that simple, guys. Porthos on the trail. Quite literally. There's that grain. 1,000 sacks, they said. Straight in.
I believe that belongs to the king.
I've never killed a musketeer.
He is bold. I love it.
You never will.
1 against 4, and he did not hesitate. And he's not even using his sword. There he goes. Be good to take a live prisoner here if you can. Nice touch.
I want the man who led them here.
Ah, the man who led them there. This is a bit much, everybody. Very theatrical. Appreciate that. Well done. But a bit brutal too.
You think you can sell my grain on the streets of Paris, and I won't know. Your greed led the Musketeers straight to my store. I'll pay you. I grew up following the troops across every stinking cesspit battlefield there was, fighting for scraps just to survive. I learned never to let anything go.
Oh, Grimo, you're nasty. Okay, now I'm not sure who the main villain of the season is going to be, Ferron or Grimo, because I don't know. So far, Ferron seems a little more reasonable, as in you can reason with him sometimes about certain things, and he doesn't just go stringing people up and stabbing them after monologuing at them.
Can I assume Athos distrusts women?
He has good reason.
Tell me.
Athos was once a landowner with a title. Gave it all up.
Because of a woman.
Partly. But he's never been one for power or privilege.
True, true, true. And no sign of Milady de Winter this season.
We could solve all of Paris's problems tonight with one blow.
We're not on the battlefield now.
What about you?
Oh.
Something tells me you're not afraid of any woman.
Afraid? No. Suspicious, perhaps.
Well, don't you find me attractive?
She's after something. And he knows what it is. Oh.
Keep.
Keep, just like that.
I'm choosy about who kisses me.
Forgive me, it's been a while. Can we start again?
Turn around.
She did well. She got him. She gone.
You arrested the refugees on false charges. A good man died.
Won't your little wife be wondering where you've got to?
You fabricated evidence. Killed an innocent woman to cover your tracks. Took the prisoner Leon when all else failed. Where is he?
There he is.
Leon! You're a Red Guard. One of Ferron's spies.
Go back to the gutter, Sylvie.
He doesn't even look like he was beaten up that much. His face isn't as beaten up as I'd expected. Oh, there's the one you're looking for.
Sylvie.
Okay.
After everything that's happened to my friends, my own father.
Revenge yourself and a part of you dies with him.
And we need him for evidence, right? Oh.
What have you done? He betrayed us. He betrayed my father. You cannot do that.
We put this man inside the settlement some months ago. He's been most useful, but too much time in low company must have corrupted him. He obviously saw an opportunity to organize the theft of Beaufort's grain, blame the refugees.
Silver. Do you take us for fools?
Your death will not be honorable.
Not today.
Big old tension there. And this guy sucks. He's like obsessed with Constance.
You say the alleged Red Guard agent is dead?
Cool
Shot
shot.
by Captain Marchot.
An unfortunate accident. The Musketeers' intervention was directly responsible for the tragedy.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Where is the grain?
You want grain?
Got the cadets to help. Theatrical.
We've got plenty.
Will you tell the king, Ferron, or shall I?
Good job, Porthos. I wanted to see the next little bit of that scene. That's all right. They cut away, but I wanted to see a bit more egg on Ferron's face just there.
Time to get up, darling. Mama's coming to get you.
Oh. I didn't realize you were here.
Yes, I like to be here when he wakes up. Give Papa a kiss.
Good morning, Papa.
Oh.
All right.
What my little prince wanted his mama this morning.
Okay.
The Musketeers have returned to Paris. All four.
Oh, yeah, she didn't know.
Seems the life of a celibate monk didn't suit Aramis. I'm sure we all could have told him that. What do you think, my dear?
Yeah, okay. He is using the kid to take his passive-aggressive revenge on her, which is nasty. Extremely nasty and childish. Another episode of The Musketeers, another family ruined.
He's with God now.
But one thing he taught me, you do not make sense of this world by God's will. It is the will of man that makes living a hell on earth. It is only the will of men that will change it.
Right. Requires action.
I'd be grateful if you could stay with us. Just for a minute.
Thought she was having a bonding episode with Athos, but no, her and Aramis have found a closeness.
I was mad to believe this deception of yours would work. We should have taken the king's money when it was offered. The Musketeers have taken everything.
Ferron and I will deal with them.
Did that creature just speak to me? Did he have the audacity to open his mouth in my presence after everything he's put me through?
This isn't going to go well for you, my guy.
If I ever see you or that thing again, you'll regret it.
I love the way you're talking, but it's going to get you killed terribly and promptly, I think. Very dramatic. Oh, oh boy.
Control at all times, Varro.
It's cool, isn't it? How filmmaking can make one guy taking a few steps forward and another guy grabbing him by the shirt into a bit of a jump scare.
So you mean to stay here?
Well, there's no reason to leave now.
Be careful.
I don't do careful.
Okay. She got a twofer. 2 out of 4 in one episode.
You know where I am.
Okay. I hope we see her again. She was asking about him. And women. Okay. I mean, that's... They were just watching. Of course they were. Every time. Every time.
She told me she was choosy about who she kisses. Well, she can't be that choosy. Quite the opposite. I hear the people of Saint Antoine have you to thank for the return of their stolen grain.
Okay. They don't know each other, any of these people.
Have we met?
Saw him on the battlefield.
No, I'm a concerned citizen. Perhaps our paths will cross again.
Okay. If it's long lost brother of Athos, then it's very long and very lost. They've all got their eyes on him, though. Fun. Okay, that was like a solid, like, typical Musketeers episode, and I'm not saying that in a negative way at all. A typical Musketeers episode is just what I come here for most of the time. The main situation in this episode had a lot of the classic beats we see. I mean, we've got the kind of universal politics of the Red Guard and Ferron and Grimaud and all of that, orchestrating a situation to blame and rile up violence against the immigrants, the refugees, the poor in town, and somehow profit off it. That's just classic. If you're a rich, evil person and you can find a way to do that, then you absolutely do it. You don't miss an opportunity. But the way they went about it was, for the Musketeers, for this show, pretty simplistic. I mean, just stealing that grain, hiding it away somewhere, and blaming these poor people. Like, that's pretty basic of Ferron et al. So it didn't surprise me that they were kind of... that their plan was busted quite quickly in the end. And well done, Porthos, for that. Fun to meet some characters here. I suppose most prominent of all is Sylvie. Spent a good amount of time with Sylvie in this episode, and yeah, she's great. It's another one of these characters who we've met similar characters from time to time, and I've hoped they'd come back, and they don't always come back, but there's a good chance she could. They set it up and left it off, like that's certainly a possibility. Getting to see a bit more of the head of the Red Guard, Marchot, made me, confirm that I do not like this guy, and D'Artagnan's got him in his sights too. They are going to be going head to head very soon, I'm sure. Actually, a lot of people are, for now, kind of in a controlled way, head to head, in so many ways that are going to bubble to the surface. I mean, yeah, D'Artagnan and Marchot, Ferron and Grimaud, the King and the Queen. It's sad. Man, you guys know, if you've watched the past 2 seasons with me, you know how much I just love the bits where the King and the Queen are best friends with each other. And we're certainly not in a time where that's the case, and that sucks. But it's interesting, this whole Ferron and Grimaud situation so far, because they're partners in crime, certainly scheming together, plotting and scheming together, but they are very different people. They both have that conversation in this episode talking about pain, and they both experienced a lot of pain, but Ferron is happy to take some drugs and let that pain go for a bit, whereas Grimaud is holding on to that pain holding it tight, not letting it go, and that turns him into this very twisted sort of character who will string up someone who's betrayed him and stab him. And I suppose at this stage, you could kind of say that Ferron is in the cardinal role and Grimaud is in the Rochefort role. I mean, they've got a bit of each of those elements. And so together, they're like a combination of all of the villains we've had, which just makes me think it would be interesting if the Cardinal and Rochefort were still alive and seeing them team up. And I suppose that's the dynamic that I think I'm seeing here at the moment. So that's fun. Hopefully they can just come up with some more effective, more cohesive plots and schemes in future episodes. That's going to do it for now. Thanks for sharing your passion with me. Till the next time, Tomati out.